having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Hey guys, and we are here for a little happy hour bingo. First game up is some Lucky 4 bingo where we got $39,835 on the line. Should be some fun stuff as you guys just got 45 seconds to get enrolled in this game. And we'll be streaming all these games, the 2 games of Lucky 4 and the 23 games of Game Day Bingo, all to your guys' Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
Absolutely, and we just got some brand new Pilot TVs installed in some great locations. They include McHugh's Grill and Bar, Muddy Chicken Burnsville, Muddy Cow Shakopee, Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville, Red Men Club, Flame Bar, Red Fox Tavern, Goodfellas Lakeville, Old Piper in Lakeville, as well as Blasco's Embassy Bar.
Definitely some great locations getting those, as well as some dirty animals, I guess.
Interesting.
With the Muddy Chicken in Burnsville and the Muddy Cow in Shakopee.
Yeah.
Yeah, very funny stuff right there. But we do have balls dropping in this game of Lucky 4 Bingo. We have clicked past that mega prize, and we'll see if we can give out that mini prize, as we need to be 2 balls away when we click over to that mini prize. Major prize, I mean. It doesn't look like we'll be able to give out that major prize, so it is the mini prize we'll be working on. 3 balls away, and someone will have to be perfect for this to work out. And no, that is not going to work out either. The must-go prize is what we're going after, as that's sitting at $3, and we still got so many players 3 balls away, but now we have 4 players 2 balls away, and more of them joining up. I'm sure they'll be 1 ball away in just a little bit.
Who do you think is going to take it home?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Daisy, just because that was the first name that I saw, Daisy.
Okay, I'm going with 2A Girl.
2A Girl, that's a good choice, since they're the first one to get to 1 ball away.
Yes.
But now Daisy is now 1 ball away, making our 2 options, both players that are 1 ball away. We'll see who can get that lucky win, or if it might end up being quite a few players, as it's getting pretty late into these games. Now Rojo joining up with Daisy and 2A Girl. We'll see where this must-go is going to land in just a little bit. But even more players are getting joined up. I was expecting it to go out quicker than this, but it does seem like it's going to take a little bit. Brother Nate and Bob both joining up there. We'll see who gets the lucky one, and it's the one I predicted. Daisy over at Roma Restaurant, taking home $3 on the must-go. 11, 14, 71, and 64 are those lucky 4 numbers. And so we'll be watching out for that game number 11 and game number 14. That should be some really fun stuff.
And look at that. That minor prize is already at 62 balls or less for you guys, sitting at $114 and growing. Grab your friends and get enrolled in these next 3 minutes, because we're looking to give out that minor prize. We also have that major on the line of $3,466 and growing at 51 balls or less, and that mega prize $36,735 at 48 balls or less.
Yeah, been growing pretty quickly after we gave it out very early on into switching over to Game Day Bingo. We gave out that mega prize. It was at $10,000, but we gave it out at 44, 43 balls. It was ridiculous.
Absolutely. That's some really exciting stuff, though. We're looking to give it out pretty soon to you guys as well. You guys have just under 2.5 minutes to get enrolled in this first round of Game Day Bingo since you guys left it off at 4 p.m. But we were talking about those awesome locations that just got those Pilot TVs, so let us know if you're at one of them, and we'll shoot you out a little bit of extra luck. But hopefully in these next 2 hours, we can give out some awesome jackpots. Like just this past weekend, we gave out 12 different jackpots, making the last 7 days 21 and 321 for season 12 so far.
Definitely a really awesome week last week, winning a bunch of different jackpots. But the weekend was the star of the show, especially Sunday, as we give out 7 jackpots on Sunday. But to get us started off with Friday, we had BG over at Valley Lanes, taking home $869.25.
Nicely done. Next up, we had Rada over at 63 Club. They took home $790.80.
Good job, Rada. We also had QM Skis over at the Rusty Duck 2, taking home $975.45, the final jackpot that went out on that Friday.
Nicely done. And then Saturday got started off right with TJ Midas. They were playing over at the Brickyard Bar and Grill, and they took home $1,295.05.
Oh, yeah. And then the final jackpot that went out on Saturday, as we only gave out 2 jackpots on Saturday, was Downey over at Murs Cedar Chefs, taking home $763.70. Awesome stuff there. I'm going to say that that's Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, for sure.
That would be the only proper guess on that one.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite Robert Downey Jr. film?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Iron Man.
Iron Man, the original?
The third.
The third Iron Man. That's your favorite.
It might be. I don't know.
Ooh, okay. I haven't watched the Iron Man, all the Iron Mans in a while.
Yeah, it has been a while since we've watched them. I could definitely go for a reboot on
I'd
that.
probably go with Avengers Endgame.
You think?
Yeah, that would what I would say is my favorite of all of his movies.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
an emotional one.
It definitely is. But good job, Downey, getting a win on that Saturday. But now it's time to get into all those jackpots that went out on Sunday.
Yeah, and it got started off right as you actually got to hand out this jackpot.
I did.
It went out to Mikey Wins. They were playing at Steve-O's, and they took home that Vikings bingo jackpot of $23,632.75.
Yeah, and I think it was right before Vikings touchdown, too, on their very first drive. So it was a very well-timed jackpot. They got to they probably were celebrating that jackpot still as the Vikings were scoring that touchdown. I mean, really, really good stuff. Getting a great win for Mikey Wins, who actually had a good day today, taking home a bunch of Muscos.
Absolutely. Some big-time stuff. Oh, was Nan out there playing?
Got one singular win today.
Wow.
So Mikey Wentz is going to be breaking out of the tie with Nan. We'll go over where that tie is sitting in just a little bit. But good job, Mikey Wentz, taking home that coverall jackpot that actually boosted them up into that tie with Nan.
Absolutely. But the jackpots didn't stop there. After Mikey Wins, we gave one out to Larson over at the Riverside Store and Tavern, and they took home $895.87.
Good job. We also had a nice jackpot go out to TNT over at Eagles Elk River, taking home $8,312. A very dynamite jackpot.
Oh, absolutely.
Doing my best dad jokes here.
Nicely done.
I'll be bringing them all night.
Oh,
no,
beautiful.
I won't.
Just for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, maybe for the next 2 hours. It matters on how I'm feeling.
All right. Well, after TNT, we gave out a great jackpot, and it went out to KAK over at Riverside Store and Tavern, and they took home $1,217.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say that either. I just said KK just because I had no idea, but it is kind of KAK. Yeah. But good job, too, that great jackpot winner on Sunday. We also on Sunday had Coco over at Boulevard Tavern, taking home $645.63.
Nicely done. Then we also had TD Man over at Boxcar Bar, taking home $610.
Yeah, and then the final jackpot that went out. Actually, before we get into that final jackpot that went out on Sunday, we do have a minor jackpot going out right now, and that's Brother Nate over at the Chart House, taking home $100. $145 on that jackpot. Good job, Brother Nate, as that Musco is going to still be available heading into this next game. $38 will still be growing as you guys get enrolled and should be a pretty nice Musco if you miss out on the 51 ball or less major or the 48 ball or less mega.
Absolutely, and so get enrolled in the next 2.5 minutes as we have that minor prize starting back over at 52 balls or less, but already at $16 and counting. But we were talking about the last jackpot that went out just this past weekend, and it was the third largest jackpot.
Yeah, and it went out to Forget UD over at VFW Austin. They took home $7,686.40. A great jackpot going out to one of our #1 players in one of our standings, the PGL standings.
Absolutely, that's some awesome stuff. Nicely done to all of our jackpot winners over the past weekend. If you guys want to take home jackpots, stick around with us for the remainder of our night, and we'll try and get one in your pocket. But another great opportunity to take home jackpots is by checking out some of our eTab games. The latest one that we've released is called Bounty Hunter, where you can collect those lucky horseshoes and try your hand in the Bonanza bonus round, or you can head over and try your luck picking a door in the Saloon door bonus.
Yeah, it's a really, really great time, and we're always giving out some really good prizes in it. As whenever we release new eTabs, it always shoots up as one of our most popular eTab games, and we'll see if it stays up there, as it's a super fun one. And who doesn't like a good Wild West eTab?
Absolutely. And you guys can also stay in the know about when we release all those eTabs by heading over to our Facebook page as well. We release promos that you guys can keep up with and see a little preview of them as we release them.
Yeah, it's super easy to stay up to date with Pilot Games through that Facebook page, whether it's promos, bingo schedules, event details, reminders, progressives, player pictures, or anything other than that. Maybe even you're trying to find links to bar locations, social media, PGL.world, everything is right there on the Facebook page. All you gotta do is search up Pilot Games, click on our logo, and you'll be able to find all that great information. It's a really, really easy way to just stay up to date, all with Pilot Games. But we keep you up to date with Pilot Games every weekday from 11:30 all the way to 11:50, as we have a Cup of Joe with John/Jordy, whichever one it is on the day. And we talk about all the best progressives on the line, big news about Pilot Games, as well as shakeups in the standings.
Absolutely. It's an awesome 20-minute little segment where it gets you to know everything you need to know for the day with Pilot Games, and so it's a great way to start off your morning alongside your actual Cup of Joe. But after that, we have a little 10-minute span before that, and we jump right into some Vikings bingo from 12 to 1 each and every day, or Sunday through Monday.
Yeah.
And we always have that great prize on the line. As you can see, we gave out that jackpot just this past weekend, and it went out to, who to go to?
Mikey Wins.
Mikey Wins, that's right. And so we have that jackpot starting on over at 52 balls or less, as it always is at that ball count. But you guys can try it tomorrow when we're playing from 12 to 1. We'll have 10 rounds of it for you guys.
Yeah, and over $1,500 jackpot.
Right.
Should be some really fun stuff during that lunchtime bingo tomorrow, where me and Jordy are actually going to be back in the studio trying to give out that jackpot.
That's right.
But after Vikings bingo, we get into the game day bingo action. You guys were playing it before the happy hour, and it runs from 1 all the way till 4 o'clock. You'll have an opportunity at that mega, major, and minor prize every single day to take home at whatever ball count they're at the time. But now we are in the other game day bingo span that we play from 4 all the way till 6. This is usually hosted 5 days a week, and we play 2 games of Lucky 4 bingo to introduce these games of game day bingo. The 2 games of Lucky 4 happen at 4 and at 6 o'clock. We were not able to give out that $39,000 jackpot at the 4 o'clock opportunity, and so it's just rolling and growing to our 6 o'clock opportunity, and you guys will just have some really fun game day bingo games to get you through that time.
Absolutely. And then starting off tomorrow night, we have our next specialty night that happens that interrupts that Skull Bingo. Did you talk about Skull Bingo?
Nope.
Not yet. I got ahead of myself.
Yes, you did.
At 6 p.m. tonight, we're going to let you guys loose, and you'll jump into some Skull Bingo that runs each and every day from 6 to 10 p.m. You guys will get it uninterrupted tonight, and we're starting off with that line prize at $470 at 10 balls or less. We have a large frame at $471 at 43 balls or less, and that coverall jackpot, it's at $14,332. You can take that home in 50 balls or less.
We do have a winner on this game. You predicted them to win about 3 games ago.
I did.
And it's 2A Girl over at Jimmy G's Bar. taking home $58.90. Not a bad must-go going out to 2A Girl, as that minor prize is going to be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less heading into this next game.
Absolutely, but I started a little leeway into it, and tomorrow night we have an interruption that happens during that school bingo span, and that is our MegaSota game night. You can check that out each and every Tuesday at 6:40. It's a great opportunity at taking home some PGL points and jackpots, where you got to stick around because their grand finale game is a jackpot Jungle coverall. It's the $1 edition, so in 54 balls or less, you guys are going to be trying to take home over $40,000. It is a great prize to get in your pocket.
Yeah, it's really, really fun stuff. And then we have another specialty night, and that's our TwinsWinsDay. This week is the final TwinsWinsDay before we switch over to our Wild Wednesdays. But on TwinsWinsDay and Wild Wednesday, it happens 7 to 9 every single Wednesday, where me and Will are going to be trying to give out a bunch of PGL points as well as great cash prizes throughout that night. And our grand finale is pretty fun as well. It's Wipeout Blackout, 2 games of it, where if you're a big fan of Skull Bingo, you'll definitely like trying out the TwinsWinsDay Wipeout Blackout.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun, so make sure you guys are coming out tomorrow and Wednesday for our specialty nights, and make sure you head over to pgl.world to sign up to get those points.
Oh yeah, but we're about to get enrolled into this game number 3 of Game Day Bingo. 1 minute and 25 seconds to do so. That minor prize is sitting at $44. You can take home in 54 balls or less. That major prize is at $3,519. You take home in 51 balls or less. Not bad right there. And the mega prize is sitting at $36,787. You can take home in 48 balls or less. Should be some really fun stuff, but we got some fun national and international days to get into.
Absolutely, and this first one is an international one. It is International Stage Management Day. Each year on October 10th, International Stage Management Day celebrates and recognizes all of the work that stage managers do behind the scenes. It's also a day to learn more about what stage managers do.
Oh yeah, I mean a really, really cool one, as stage managers have to do a lot of different things when it comes to setting up for a production, and I think you found a few of those things that they do.
Absolutely. They facilitate communication across all creative and technological departments, act as a right-hand man to the director, oversee sets, props, lights, and sound. They are also the person to call all technical cues during performances.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff. I would like to know what productions needs stage managers. Well, definitely successful theater shows need stage managers.
Concerts.
But I would guess, yeah, also concerts.
Any live performance, really.
Yeah, we definitely need a stage manager, at least someone manning that role during that time. But it takes probably a lot of work to be a stage manager. And I just start to think about all the different artists that probably were really tough artists to be stage managers for. Like, imagine being the stage manager for Motley Crue.
That was the first one that came to my mind. I think I
probably quit.
Yeah.
You'd probably not do it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you'd put up with it. It takes a brave soul to put up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really does.
I don't think I could handle it either.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
And if you brought your girlfriend to work,
Yeah, and then yeah, that would definitely not be. Imagine taking your kid to work day. I would never do it.
Not on Motley Crue Day.
No, they're coming for Taylor Swift or something. She seems like she'd be nice to all the kids.
Maybe some Toby Mac.
Some Toby Mac. Oh, I wish it was Toby Mac. I would totally introduce. I'd let Toby Mac babysit my kids. It seems like he just seems like
See, one of the ones that you'd have sign your baby's head.
Oh yeah. If I could have Toby Mac and Tim Tebow babysit my kids throughout their entire life, that would be my duo babysitters. I would love to have.
That's funny.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be a great one. That way they have a musically inclined person and they have an athletically inclined person.
Yeah,
and they
both
both hold
prodigy.
and they both hold great morals. So that's why I chose them.
I like it.
We do have 49 balls dropped on this one as we're trying to give out that minor prize in 54 balls or less. And that's the only one that we have available for us right now. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Well, Matt's in line. No, we're clicking past it to a $16.70 must-go prize. We'll see who's able to get the win.
Absolutely, but stage managers do have some more responsibilities as well, as they are responsible for scheduling and running rehearsals, communicating the director's wishes to designers and craft people, organization of the work of the stage crew, calling cues and possible actor entrances during the performance, and overseeing the entirety of the show each time it is performed.
Oh yeah, we do have Brian over at Shooter's Saloon and Eatery in St. Cloud taking home that $16.70 Musco prize. Definitely some awesome stuff there. Good job, Brian.
Nicely done. That was game number 3. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 4 where that minor prize is clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less for you guys.
Oh yeah, well we have the top 5 highest grossing Broadway shows, which takes a huge amount of stage management to be able to put these things on, and when they're so successful, it had to take a lot of work. And coming in at 5th place is Mamma Mia is the 5th place spot, as it grossed to $624,391,693.
You know, I saw this really funny thing where during the filming of the movie of Mamma Mia, they had free alcohol on the set.
Really?
And so everyone was just really intoxicated during the entirety of filming the first Mamma Mia.
That would totally make sense.
I've rewatched it since then, and I've seen clips, and you can see it in their face. Like,
yeah.
it is so funny to think about. And then I went on just today, actually, and I viewed clips of the behind the scenes, and they, like... they are drinking.
They were partying.
Yeah, like Pierce Brosnan was like hammered. So was Meryl Streep.
That doesn't surprise me.
It was
at
good
all.
stuff.
That's hilarious. No wonder it's so good.
It is amazing.
Oh, we do just have 1 minute and 10 seconds to get enrolled in this next game. That minor prize is clicked up from 54 to 56. That major prize still at 51 balls or less, and that mega prize at 48 balls or less. Hopefully, we see you guys getting enrolled into this game with over $40,000 of total prizes. But we're going to continue on talking about those top 5 highest grossing Broadway productions.
Yeah, next up is it's Chicago. It sits at a grossing $637,883,825.
Definitely a cool one there, but it kind of gets into a different realm when it gets to the top 3.
Absolutely.
The top 3 are kind of just, they're in a class of their own. The third place highest grossing Broadway play, The Phantom of the Opera. I'm surprised that it is not in number 1 or number 2, but it was able to gross $1,187,149,409. Hitting that $1 billion mark is huge.
Absolutely, and I actually feel like this is a pretty well-suited list of where they have everyone stationed. The only one that I'm surprised that I don't see is Hamilton.
Oh, that is surprising.
It's the only one that's not in our top 5 that I would really be like, wow, that deserves to be in the top 5. It's sitting at like 7th or 8th.
It looks like it is one of the highest grossing like ticket sales, but it lost a lot of money on something else.
Wow.
That forced it to go down. Maybe because it was such a high, like, a lot of money you had to dump into the production.
Into it, yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting, though.
Interesting, yeah. But after Phantom of the Opera, next up, second on the list is Wicked. I want to see this live so badly.
It would be awesome during the Halloween season as well.
Oh my gosh, even during winter I would see it. I don't care. Wicked is amazing, and it's grossing about $1,250,853,323.
Ah, definitely a huge one there. Well, we are in this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. We're still trying to give out this jackpot in 56 balls or less. It's at $73 on that minor prize. But the number 1 show on Broadway to gross the most amount of money out of any of the others is The Lion King. It was able to gross $1,539,318,552.
Absolutely. I mean, especially with the revival of it in the last 5 to 10 years, I'm really not surprised it's sitting at number 1.
Well, it has so much like theatrical qualities already to the animated movie that when it was perfectly able to move on from a animated movie to the Broadway stage.
Absolutely. I actually watched it when I was super young, and I got the dolls of Nala and Simba, but I think I even had like Rafiki, I had Timon and Pumbaa, but they were all African woven style instead of the commercialized plush toys.
Yes.
And they were actual like cloth and
That's really cool.
and like burlap sack made dolls, and they were the coolest thing ever. But we do have our winner.
Maxie over at Harding's Bar and Grill, taking home that $21.30 Musco prize. Good job, Maxie, in this game number 4. We are now getting enrolled into a game number 5 with that jackpot continuing to grow into this next game. Minor prize clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Should be some really fun stuff. But yeah, that looks really, really cool. Jordy's showing me a picture of what the kind of doll that she had as a kid, and it definitely was way cooler than the Disney store-bought
Oh, they were so cool.
Lion King toy. That is definitely some really cool stuff. Do you still have them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my parents still have them.
They're somewhere packed away. They probably will become a collector's item at some point. That would be really cool.
They're so cool. I would definitely.
Yeah, anything associated with early Lion King probably is gonna have a big collector's item at some point.
I had all of them.
That's awesome.
They were so cool.
That is really, really cool stuff. But it doesn't surprise me that the Lion King is at number 1 on this list. The only other one I probably would have guessed to be higher, if you're just making me guess off of randomness, I probably would have said Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. But I feel like the movie was almost more grossing than the
actual Broadway production.
production,
I don't
yeah.
know much about all of these. I kind of go off of the movie's popularity, and I just kind of guess whether they were
Has
whether
Wicked
they're
been a film?
popular. I don't know if Wicked has. I think Wicked
I'm
might
not
have been
sure.
a show, and it might not even follow.
Yeah. Oh, they're making a movie. That's right. We did know this.
Yeah, Ariana Grande's in it. It looks like a bunch of.
Yeah, she's playing Glinda the Good Witch.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Well, that's
Kristen Chenoweth. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. She is like a fairy witch personified. I love her, and I can't wait to see what she does in it.
Yeah, it should be some really, really interesting stuff.
That's awesome. But yeah.
I want to see if there's a show.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it looks like it's just the Broadway show or the movie that's going to be coming out in a few years. Definitely some really cool stuff there. I would definitely watch that.
Absolutely. I would just like to go to see more things done in person more.
Oh, I would love to see like some of these
Live
Broadway
productions,
shows,
yes.
live productions and all that. I think they're so interesting. Well, happy International Stage Management Day. Definitely a day to celebrate all the people who put in all the heavy lifting to make those big shows work out and don't even get to share the spotlight of the big stage.
Absolutely. They wouldn't have been able to be put on without them. And so if you guys are a stage manager or know people who are, today is the day to celebrate them.
Yeah, who do you think is the best who do you think has like maybe the best stage management or out of all of the popular celebrities right now? I would say Drake. Drake's light show that he puts on.
I was going to say either Drake or Chris Brown.
The smoke that comes off the stage.
Yeah.
You'll see, like, he'll drop down from somewhere during some of his ones. I think if you're talking about, like, choreography and everything like that, Chris Brown is, like,
up he had,
there.
like, a multi-level, like, cubed box thing that, like, he went throughout and had different things on
when
each
you
level.
went to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
so
really
it was a cool stage production, but, I mean,
I feel
really
like it's
him.
like an every time for Drake. Like, in every time, he just puts on these crazy shows for people. I'm not even a huge Drake fan for his music. I just think his concerts are next level.
Apparently, the most famous stage manager ever is Harold Prince.
Ooh, I wonder who he managed.
That's what I would like to find out.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. He's probably a like Broadway stage manager.
Let's see. yeah, it's going to be harder to find.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Well, happy International Stage Management Day. We're going to get into our next national day as you guys are closing in on maybe taking home a minor prize in 58 balls or less. So maybe I'll take a second before I get into this next national day, as we only have 4 balls to try and get this out. People do look to be sort of in line to be able to take this one home. Let's see if it happens. Right here, it has to go out. No, we're moving on to a $21.70 must-go prize, as that minor prize will keep on growing into this next one. But next up, National Day is National Metric Day. On 10/10, National Metric Day recognizes the metric system, its history, and its benefits.
We do have Nelly over at Wild Bill Sports Saloon in Blaine taking home that must-go prize of $21.70. Nicely done in this game number 5. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 6 now. But yeah, metric system day.
Yeah, I wish the U.S. was ran on the metric system. Now I don't wish that they switched over like right now, just because now I know the other system and I'm fully able in it. But I think that if I wish I was taught it as a child.
Yeah, there's really no reason why we do the way we do instead of it.
Yeah, it seems like it's harder. It's just harder. We are even talking about how it's only 1 unit of measurement for everything. And so it doesn't get as confusing. You don't have to think of conversion tables or anything like that.
10.
Exactly. It's so much easier to use the metric system.
It really is.
I'm sure you know with doing different stuff with numbers throughout your different classes in college.
Yeah, the most I ever had to use the metric system was when I was doing conversions in chemistry.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the most you ever had to do it?
For sure.
Okay, yeah, that definitely makes you use it quite a bit.
Yeah, I do a lot of algebraic equations, so I'm doing polynomials and stuff instead of conversions like that.
That makes sense.
So it's really just easy.
Yeah, there used to be a metric calendar and metric clocks. Back when the whole metric race was taking place, the French decided to play with time as well. The metric calendar, also known as the French Republican calendar, divided the year into 12 months. While the 12 doesn't exactly fit into the scheme, each of those months were divided into 3 10-day weeks. Each day was broken down into 10 decimal hours, and each hour was 10 decimal minutes each. Okay, so it was just all to make it into one form of measurement. That's cool.
Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, there's a magazine devoted to it. It's called Metric Today. Actually, it's more of a bi-monthly newsletter. It's published by the U.S. Metric Association. It's a nonprofit organization devoted to promoting the metrification of society.
That is hilarious. That's a cool one. There's a handful of resistors, the U.S. being one. Yeah, it literally says in the explanation the U.S. is one, but which other nations are willing to join us in banishing their yardsticks and uniting against the world's most popular measurement system? It turns out our only allies in this fight are Liberia and
Myanmar.
That is interesting. I didn't realize that it was only the U.S., Liberia, and Myanmar.
Yeah, no, it's literally just.
Why do this? It makes less and less sense as I learn more about the metric system.
It will, 110%. America likes it for the money. It's funny that while we've shunned the metric system in all other ways, it totally makes sense for the U.S. to use it in terms of our cash. Through the Mint Act of 1792, the U.S. became the first country to create a decimal-based currency. Amazingly, the idea is setting 100 pennies to the dollar was novel for the time, especially since the dominant currency back then was the British pound, shilling, or pence theme, which at the time set 12 pence to the shilling and 20 shillings to the pound.
I think I like the way we do our money. I think the money's fine.
I get so confused talking about other countries' currencies.
Oh, it's probably way harder to understand.
Hard. Yeah.
That's
to know the ratios to which. It's very difficult.
That does seem like it would be a weird one. Thomas Jefferson, Lord Kelvin, and Alexander Graham Bell were all passionate supporters. Okay. Yeah, it looks. Lord Calvin said, I look upon the English system as a wickedly brain-destroying piece of bondage under which we suffer. The reason why we continue to use it is the imaginary difficulty of making a change and nothing else.
Alexander Graham Bell went on to say, after the metric system had been adopted by the U.S., After the metric system has been adopted by the U.S. and our people have become accustomed to it, we would no more dream of going back to the present system of weights and measures. Then we would think of carrying on the process of arithmetic through the medium, oh my goodness, of the Roman old letters.
Yeah, we do have player over at Cowboy Jacks in Apple Valley taking home that $30.80 Musco prize. Good job, as we're about to get enrolled into a game number 7 of the broadcast with that minor prize. Actually, that minor prize went out in that game, $139.28 going out to you. Great stuff going out as we are now getting enrolled into this next game, and we should have a double Musco in this one. So get enrolled, press play, 2 minutes and 13 seconds to do so.
Sorry, I thought there'd be a period somewhere in that paragraph,
yeah.
But it was just one big sentence.
Yeah, they like to talk a lot.
Alexander Graham Bell surely did.
Yeah, and Thomas Jefferson was also very clear and vocal about wanting to be a part of the metric system.
It's illegal to discriminate against it, or at least it was at one point. According to the Metric Act of 1866, the USMA reports that this law made it unlawful to refuse the trade or deal in metric quantities. Please bring that up the next time you want to purchase a 2x4 rather than a
5.08 by 10.16 at Lowe's. That is funny. Well, definitely some funny metric facts on National Metric Day. We now are getting enrolled into this game number 7, where we got 1 minute and 16 seconds to get enrolled, and over $40,000 of total prizes in this one.
Absolutely. But next up, we have National Walk to the Park Day. Public parks and green spaces are a community's backyard. They offer nearby residents a place to play, connect, and reap the benefits of the outdoors. That's why National Walk to a Park Day on October 10th encourages us to walk towards our local parks, feel the wind in our face, take in the fall weather, visit with neighbors, play with your children, and appreciate all the benefits green spaces offer communities.
Yeah, it's awesome. Love a good park. And it's so helpful for those people that can't afford homes with yards, or they don't live in an area where homes with yards are even available.
Yeah.
And so you can go take your kid to go play Frisbee somewhere in an actual place where you got room to run. And so that's why, I mean, big green parks are so important, and it's such a great place for, I mean, all kids of all ages to go meet and have a good time.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of kids throughout my growing up, as we would just bike over or walk on over to the park, and we'd get together with all of our other friends, and we'd just hang out for the entire day during some Saturday or something like that.
Oh, absolutely. In the town that I grew up in, like, just plotted around random spots in all of the different neighborhoods, there was just all these different parks. And so my friends and I would always go and climb on whatever park structure they had nearest us at the time. And it was always so fun. And I mean, even today, whenever we get a chance to go outside, our instinct is to head to a local park.
It for sure is. I love just chilling at a park, whether it's just sitting on a bench for an hour, half hour. Just get some air.
Yeah,
I enjoy just getting a little bit of air like that. I also enjoy just walking through a park. I think that's a really good time. Just having a nice long 2-mile walk through a nice green park. It's always one of my favorite ways to just waste some time in the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But National Park Day, what is your favorite thing to do in a park?
Read.
Read in a park. Okay. I'm more of a be out there. in the park.
Yeah.
I
Active.
I want to be active in the park, enjoy the outside kind
Yeah.
of deal. I would probably play like volleyball at a park. That's one of my favorite things to do at a park because they usually have a little sand
Yeah, or
pit court.
basketball.
I probably would say I don't play a lot of basketball at parks. I don't find them that. I don't find it. I also don't find like super unorganized basketball that fun. Like I don't mind a pickup game at like my local gym kind of thing because usually they all play basketball.
Or the
kind
college
of thing.
near us.
Yeah, or near the college near us because you'll get a bunch of kids that
Actually play
played basketball. But you go to like your local park and you're playing with half the people. They don't
Just
even
random
know.
high schoolers.
Yeah, they have no idea how to play basketball and stuff like that. So I don't play a lot of like super unorganized basketball. So that
Yeah.
wouldn't be my first go-to. I'd rather go play volleyball as that's something I'm horrible at as well. Like I'm not some excellent volleyball player.
Yeah.
And so I can go and have a
Go
good
and
time.
have fun and get some humor out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Most people, unless they actually played like beach volleyball in particular, are pretty rough at beach volleyball.
Yeah.
Because even people who played volleyball, I've seen them really struggle at the beach portion of it.
We do have Chuck, though, over at Split Rock Entertainment Center in Wyoming, taking home that must-go prize of $50.40 in this game number 7. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 8 where that minor prize is clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less.
Yeah, good hammocking
Yes,
is
absolutely
always
hammocking.
a really good time. I like hammocking, but I mean, really, most of the time, I would rather not hammock, to be honest. I
know,
enjoy
even
it.
when our group goes, you tend to just stand and walk around us.
Yeah, because I don't like it. It's boring.
Yeah.
Like, I can't sit around outside for too long.
Which is so funny because I'm very much like I can sit still for a while.
Yes, you're the complete opposite of me. You like to just stay sitting down, don't do anything. And I'm like, I want to walk everywhere. I want to go explore the entirety
Yeah.
of the park and then come back. Like, and then maybe I'll relax for a little bit. But I need to like go
Get the energy out.
Go be outside for a little bit. I can't just like sit in my house all day and then be like, okay, let's go outside and then sit outside for that whole time. I'm not
Gotta
gonna
get your
do it.
zoomies out.
No, you gotta like. I just can't be unactive for
Yeah.
that long. Like it just, I feel like my muscles deteriorating.
You also
after
have a lot of
while.
energy.
Yeah, I do. I do have a lot of energy. But I feel like I don't even have that much energy. Like as much as like I get made out for in my group of friends because I just think you guys are all low on energy because all of my family, we can go for forever.
Yeah. That's
and
true.
most of my family friends, they can go for forever as well. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put that out there as well. we got an energetic group, I guess. We got 1 minute and 10 seconds to get enrolled in this next game, a game number 8 of this one, and we've clicked up from 52 to 54 balls or less on that $53 minor prize. We also got that major prize of $3,638. You take home at 51 balls or less, and that mega prize of $36,907. You can take home in 48 balls or less. But National Walk in the Park Day, yeah, I like walking around. I want to be outside. I want to I want to fully, embrace everything about outside.
Yeah.
I'm climbing trees. I'm gonna eat a berry on the side.
You
Take
would?
the risk.
Really? Have you before?
Oh yeah, for sure. On my grandpa's property, I used to do it all the time, but that's
Okay.
because I knew which
You knew
berries
to trust.
were good and which ones were like the bad ones and stuff like that. So I was a lot more confident about like just eating a berry off the stem. I've eaten apples
Yeah.
off the branch before in my grandpa's property as well. It's just when you pick it right off the tree, it's you run a risky game that you're gonna eat a worm.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I've definitely bit into a few apples that have had worms
Really?
in them. Oh, yeah. Like you
never
pick
have.
enough like wild apples throughout your time.
Yeah,
Like
I never had that access.
yeah, I did it probably like once to 2 times every summer kind of thing. We'd have a batch of wild apples
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So usually at least once during that time, I would bite into an apple and there would be a worm. Like I could see the worm hole in it,
Yeah.
and then I'd realize that there's a worm somewhere in the apple, and I would have to like cut it up, and I'd
get
find,
it
and
out.
I'd be like, okay, well, enjoy your apple.
There goes that part of the apple.
Yeah. No, it was more like there goes that apple, and it would just they can have it. I don't want.
Yeah, see, my parents, they had a raspberry bush when we grew up, and so I
Oh.
didn't have access to apples like that, but I would just go and pluck raspberries and eat
Yeah,
them.
so you probably would have been in the same boat if you would have had the access to it.
Yeah.
We got 30 balls dropped in this game right here. We're trying to give out that minor prize in 54 balls or less, or the major prize in 51 balls or less. But if we missed out on either, we got a great must-go of $27.40. Not bad for a $1 card. And we got players already 10 balls away, like the dude.
Oh, yeah. I also had braces for like 6 years of my childhood, and so I could never eat apples like that.
Yeah, I never had braces, so I never dealt with that.
Yeah,
Apples were a
lucky
very,
you.
very big thing in my diet.
Yeah, no.
It was for a
I
while.
went 6 years without eating apples or corn.
Yeah.
Or popcorn.
That'd be terrible. That'd be terrible. I could never do that. I don't think I could. I could do Invisalign. I don't think I could do
It was
braces.
really bad. It was really bad, and my teeth are still messed up.
Yeah, that's what I see with most people. That like when you get kid braces, like usually.
Well, my dentist, they did it wrong. They didn't realize that the size of my jaw would be the issue it is. And so they put my braces on before taking out my wisdom teeth, without my 12-year-old molars coming in.
Yeah.
And so everything readjusted after.
Yeah, see, that's why you don't do it as a kid, because you just don't know, like, what's going to happen with your teeth. We do have Brother Nate over at the Chart House and old Lars over at Onamia Vets Club taking home that $27.40 must-go prize. Good job to both of those players in this game number 8. We're now getting rolled into a game number 9 with that minor prize continuing to grow and click up from 54 to 58 balls or less. But again, good job to Brother Nate and old Lars in game number 8.
Yeah, I still know people who go to that dentist in my original hometown, and I always tell them, I'm like, if they ever ask about me, we have beef.
We have beef.
We have beef.
That is hilarious. Yeah, I always thought, like, because I had like insecurities about my teeth while growing up and stuff like that, and I always wanted like braces or something like that. But then I would always think, I was like, well, my mouth is continuously changing and everything like that. They'll probably just go back to the way they normally are. I might as well just wait till I'm an adult and like
assess it from there
and get adult braces if I really want it, and so that it's permanent and it doesn't change. And
yeah, see, I can still fit my retainer on my top teeth, just not my bottom.
Not on the bottom anymore. Yeah, it makes sense. It's with all that, you see it shift all the time. We got 1 minute and 40 seconds to get enrolled in this next game. Somehow we got all the way to dentistry from National Walk to a Park Day. So happy National Walk to a Park Day, and hopefully you can walk on a park over the next few days.
Absolutely, but we have a World Day up next, and it is World Porridge Day. If you enjoy hot cereal, we're going to love World Porridge Day. Observed each year on October 10th, World Porridge Day celebrates the delicious breakfast food. It's also a day to spread awareness about child hunger.
Yeah, definitely a great one. As
isn't it just oatmeal?
Yeah, oatmeal is a kind of porridge, but porridge is kind of like a broad term of oats, legumes, made into like kind of a
hot meal,
a hot soup bowl, kind of. I don't know how to call it, like porridge. It turns into that porridge consistency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are you a big porridge fan?
I'm a big fan of oatmeal. I definitely love oatmeal. I don't know if I love all porridges, as there's probably quite a few that I don't like, but I definitely enjoy a good like cinnamon, brown sugar oatmeal. I think that's probably my favorite. Maybe a little bit of a little bit of like honey or maple syrup kind of in that brown sugar cinnamon mix for the for my
I
oatmeal.
always did strawberries and mini chocolate chips.
Ooh, Will was just saying that
mini chocolate chips.
apple cinnamon is his favorite of all the flavors.
Even when we were just in Minnesota, I made myself oatmeal for breakfast with bananas and mini chocolate chips.
Yeah, I know you're a huge fan of the banana chocolate chip combo in anything.
Good.
Anything.
So
Anything.
Oh, that's all I do for my
toast.
overnight oats.
Yeah, your overnight oats, your oatmeal.
For my toast, it's peanut butter banana.
Peanut butter banana. Okay, I'm so sorry.
I only do the chocolate chips if I have like a bag of chocolate chips that I can use, which is not that often.
Not often enough to actually call it a
I
real
never
duo.
have that. Yeah, I never have that in the house.
Definitely some awesome stuff. And you also know what kind of like, it also definitely matters on what kind of toast you're making. If it's for any meal, it's going to be a a avocado toast.
Oh, absolutely.
If it's
savory over sweet for a meal.
Any meal.
Any meal, I choose savory.
Yeah. Yeah, but then if it comes to like
Sweetness
getting your
is like a
own,
sweet treat.
yeah,
you
it's like your
know?
quick little snack. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's also more filling than avocado toast, having that big old
absolutely.
thing of peanut butter and banana. I think that's a great way to go about it. But we're talking about porridge and oatmeal, one of my favorite ways to have breakfast. It was a long time one of my ways that I really enjoyed to have breakfast is I'd have like a giant bowl of oatmeal when I was trying to gain weight.
Really?
Just pounding it
See,
down.
I
and I would
prefer
have like
overnight oats.
and I have like the power oats like kind of thing
Oh,
that
yeah,
had
high
extra
in protein.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See, I enjoy oatmeal, but I enjoyed it cold way more. Which I know is so strange for you.
So gross to me. It's so hard for me to even imagine that being your preference. As
Yeah.
like, I feel like why would you want like cold slime? Like oats, like that's
don't
what
know, I
that's what
enjoy
it, that's what it feels like in my mouth to me. Is just like cold slimy oats. Like, and you can
I
feel
put
the
in
oats way more.
sugar-free chocolate pudding in my latest overnight oats, and it turned it to pretty much brownie batter.
Did it?
It was good. It was like fudgy consistency.
See, that sounds pretty tasty.
It was good. It was
See,
good.
see,
See, that's what I want to start
think I could-
experimenting with. Like, I want to get a sugar-free cheesecake one, and I want to put strawberries in it, and I want to try doing stuff like that.
That'd be tasty. We do have winners in this game. $25 going out to Bryoon as well as Evan. Yeah, they're both splitting up that prize. Evan over at Arcade Bar and Bryoon over at Shooter Saloon and Eatery.
Nicely done to all of our winners in this game number 9. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 10 now, but we are going to be talking about some fun facts about some porridge.
According to the OED, the word porridge first seen in the 16th century. Many may be a variant of pottage or porree, both types of stew or broth.
Very cool. I've never heard of either.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
But in the story of Goldilocks and the Bears, and porridge was written by poet Laurette Robert Southey.
Ah, really cool stuff. Traditionally, Scots porridge should be served in a wooden bowl and stirred with a wooden spoon.
Really? Such a porridge stirrer is actually called the spurtle. The golden spurtle is the trophy for the annual World Porridge Making Championships that happened in Carbridge.
I want a golden spurtle.
That's amazing.
That is also a great name for a stir.
I like that a lot.
I want to call all my stirs spurtles.
Will you get me a golden spurtle to cook with for Christmas?
I would love to have just a golden spurtle around. We do have next up the word
porriginous.
Porriginous has nothing to
Yes.
do with porridge. It means suffering from ringworm or dandruff.
What a weird, two very different things.
Yeah, and why do they sound so similar? That is hilarious.
Why is it interchangeable for dandruff and ringworm?
I don't know.
Those are so strange.
No idea.
He retrieves comfort like old porridge, Shakespeare had said in The Temptress.
Like cold porridge. Shakespeare liked porridge. It was comfort for him.
See, me and Shakespeare.
Yeah, I guess it's for
Right here.
smarties. The use of the word porridge as UK slang for a prison sentence seemed to date back to the 1950s and may refer to prison breakfast.
Interesting. When the prison comedy Porridge was released in the U.S., the name was changed to Doing Time. It was called Porridge at first.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't know that either.
Interesting. Research has shown that
Procreating amongst tropical snails increase if they are fed porridge.
wow, what a
An aphrodisiac, if you will.
That is hilarious. The food that's never let me down in my life is porridge, and that was said by Marianne Faithful.
Wow.
Interesting stuff.
That's a weird list of fun facts. I don't know what I was expecting to know about porridge, but now I definitely know more. I don't know if it's for the better, but We definitely know more.
I don't feel like I wanted to know more about porridge. I was happy with my base oatmeal knowledge, and now I know more, and I don't know what I'm ever going to use this knowledge for. We do have 26 balls dropped in this game number 10. We are working on that minor prize, $119. You can take home in 58 balls or less. Definitely doable in this game. That Musco prize, not too bad either, $23.40 you can take home there. As we got players already 10 balls away, definitely in line to be able to take home that minor jackpot.
Absolutely. Well, today's the day to enjoy some porridge, whether you like it warm, cold, savory, or sweet. Today is the day.
Yeah, next up on this National Day list is World Mental Health Day. Annually, World Mental Health Day on October 10th raises awareness and mobilizes efforts to support mental health.
Absolutely. This is a growing thing that we are addressing daily now, which I think is amazing. The people are definitely taking it more serious in today's society.
Yeah, it's great that we actually take into account how people are feeling on the inside, not just on the outside. And huge day.
Advocate for good mental health.
Exactly. So happy World Mental Health Day. Hopefully you continue to make strides to make this world better for anybody who's unwell in any aspect. We do have 59 balls dropped on this game, meaning that we've moved on to some Musco prize action. $23.40 available, and players already 4 balls away. This should be going out fairly quickly.
Absolutely. We got a bunch of you guys 3 balls away, and there it is. We got Chuck over at Split Rocks Entertainment Center, Wyoming. They're taking home that $23.40 Musco prize. Nicely done to our winner in this game number 10. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 11 now.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff getting rolled and press play. I was just thinking the other day, since Halloween is on the mind and dressing up into different characters and stuff like that, I thought of Chucky at one point during my thing, and I don't feel like I could pull off a good Chucky. I just feel like that wouldn't be me. I'm not a Chucky looking guy. But I would love for my cousin to dress up his child as Chucky, as maybe not this year, but in like 2 years from now, because he has some great red hair. Like, as soon as he can start walking around, like, he'll be a great Chucky.
Absolutely.
Because he's got bright red hair that you could totally make
Will
into
would do
it.
it justice.
Oh, Will could do a good Chucky as well.
Because he's the first one that came to my head.
No, but I'm thinking of my cousin's little kid. He's got bright red hair. It'll probably frizz out because his dad's got curly hair as well. And so should be perfect to be able to make that Chucky hair. And then he's also, any toddler that would put on the striped T-shirt and the overalls and everything like that, they're gonna look like Chucky.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be a great fit.
You know, you have another cousin who's probably around 8. No, he's not 8 yet. How old is Zaya?
I have no idea.
Like 6 or 7.
He's somewhere between 6 and 8.
Yeah, he's like 7 years old, and I think he would do a great Jigsaw. Get him a tricycle.
Oh, he would do a great Jigsaw.
Do little circles on his cheeks. I feel like he would really get into character. I feel like his older sister Adia would love to be an actual horror star.
I think she could pull off the Jigsaw better.
I think I agree with that.
Than good old Zaya. Yeah, just because Zaya's too positive. He'd giggle under the mask.
Nice. Adia would actually try and...
She would try and freak people out.
Yeah.
She would, like, stand at the top of stairs and just, like, wait for people to, like, turn the corner. And, like, just, like, be there in the pitch dark while you're walking up the stairs and you just see this little figure with the swirls on his cheeks.
Yeah, I think that's funny. I think I might bring that up to Emily.
I feel like that would be fantastic to see them dress up like that.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they all are hilarious, so they could definitely do a bunch of different things. But good job, Chuck, getting the win in that game number 10. And we're now getting in this game number 11 with that minor prize at 60 balls or less. It's got a huge likelihood of going out. $152 available on that one. That major prize looking great as well. 51 balls or less to take home $3,716. And then that mega prize of $36,983 you can take home in 48 balls or less.
Absolutely, but we have our next national day to get into with you guys, and it is National Handbag Day. National Handbag Day on October 10th that recognizes the versatile and utilitarian bag that goes by many names.
Yeah, definitely a great day. I think handbags are awesome. I think more men should have, like, satchels and stuff like that. I don't know if that's considered a handbag.
I think handbags are.
Specifically like purses and.
Yes. I'm not exactly sure what qualifies as a handbag, whether it be like a small clutch is considered a handbag, or if like a shoulder tote is considered. No, a shoulder tote is not considered a handbag. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, a handbag, by definition, is a woman's purse.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not. I don't.
So it includes many styles.
Yeah, many different styles, but it just has to be a woman's purse by definition, at least.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a lot of women's purses that a lot of people would say that's not a handbag, but by this definition, we're gonna go with it. It's just all purses. So, what is your favorite style of handbag?
Right now, I'd have to say a mini backpack. I am a big fan of that. But I gotta say, I love the crossbody satchel purse.
Oh, yes, that's a really, really great one.
That one.
Thin strap or nice thick strap?
Probably thin. I have like a chocolate brown leather one that I've had since probably I was in the 8th grade. This thing is decades old, but it has worked and it's never failed me, and I love it. But we do have a winner.
$151 going out 2 balls early, and they would have taken $3,000 home. But $151, I wouldn't complain, and that's going out to Amy over at the Blazer Bar and Grill. Good job, Amy, taking home a great jackpot on this one. But that $25.80 that's available on the Musco is still going to be available heading into this next game. It's just going to grow and roll as you guys get enrolled, and so should be a pretty sizable Musco once you guys get into this game number 12. Already game number 12. Get enrolled, press play.
Absolutely. But yes, we were talking about some handbags.
Yes, I would love to be able to get my own like little satchel, and I was talking about with Will that even though this is technically not a handbag by definition, I would love to get one of those computer like almost briefcase satchel style bags, and I feel like
one of those portfolio bags.
Yes, exactly. I feel like I would use that just as much or more than the bag I basically carry around my laptop in now.
Yeah, which is like a small compressed backpack.
Yeah, it's just a very small backpack that can carry very little outside of my laptop.
I think a satchel would actually do you quite well. You could store everything in there.
Yeah, I think I would carry more around with me if
I think you would 100%.
If I had a satchel, and I think I'd be more inclined to grab my satchel when I go anywhere, kind of thing, and actually
could have a refillable water bottle that fits in it.
Exactly. See, we got all sorts of different ideas if I got this satchel, and plus you can make it look really clean. You can have like that Indiana Jones style satchel.
All right. So you're gonna get me the golden Spurtle for Christmas, and I'm gonna get you a man satchel.
Yes, Indiana Jones style. Hopefully.
Okay, Indiana Jones man satchel.
Yeah, I want Indiana Jones. If I'll let you see what Indiana Jones's satchel looked like, just so you have a proper representation.
Yeah, I would really like to see what this means. You guys have just over a minute, though, to get enrolled, and we got over $40,806 in total prizes all across the board. You guys have just about a minute to get enrolled, so absolutely do so and press play, as we're going to be trying to give out some awesome cash to you guys. And that minor prize is starting out at $24 and growing as you guys are getting enrolled. And if it doesn't go out here, it's going to be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. I see what you mean.
Yeah. See, it's simple, easy little bag, and
that top left corner one that's chocolate brown. That's pretty much comparable to top left. That's pretty comparable to the bag that I'm talking about. That's like my favorite satchel.
Yeah. See, that's the kind of bag I want. Probably something closer to like the full leather bag.
Yes.
Would be something that I would like, but I do like this style. Definitely some great stuff there. Well, happy National Handbag Day. What's your favorite brand of handbags?
Probably just going off looks-wise, I'd have to say Betsy Johnson.
Betsy Johnson. I don't hear that name ever when it comes to handbags.
So
I mean, really, I only hear Louis Vuitton for handbags or anything like that. So, because I'm not very big into handbags, but Betsy Johnson, that's a new answer for me.
They're really fun.
Very cool colors. Very bright. Pops a lot. Cool stuff. But
Definitely.
happy National Handbag Day. We'll get into this next national day as it's National Cake Decorating Day. National Cake Decorating Day on October 10th recognizes the creative artist who elevates cake design to another level.
That is really cool. I love cake decorating. There's even a phase of my young adolescence that I wanted to be a professional cake decorator. I feel like every young girl may go through that phase at some point.
I think everybody goes through a phase. If you grew up in a time where Cake Boss was streaming live, you definitely wanted to be a cake designer at least at some point.
So cool. Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
But we have some of the Cake Boss, that great show that streamed throughout the 2000s.
Yes.
And it created some of those crazy cakes that really captured a lot of imagination and took so much time to create.
Absolutely. And sitting at number 10 on the list of most creative they've done is their Sesame Street cake.
Yeah, they had numbers and letters all across the border. You could see
they look like those fridge magnets.
Yeah, you could see the entire Sesame Street, all the buildings on the street and everything like that. You even see Oscar coming out of his garbage can. Definitely some cool stuff. They also made a life-size cow cake. This is as 100% as large as a cow, and maybe even larger than most cows you will see around. It looks absolutely massive.
They even bought homemade chocolate milk to have with the cake.
That's great.
Sitting at number 8, they have their Transformers Bumblebee cake.
Yeah, he's half transforming, he's half car. There's even flames coming out of his right hand, which is pretty cool. Definitely a crazy cake that he made.
We do have Brother Nate over at the Chart House, though, taking home $45.10 on this one. This was game number 12. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 13 now, right?
Yeah, should be game number 13 that we're getting into. Definitely get enrolled and press play. But we got some more cakes to talk about. And the seventh most crazy cake that they made was the aquarium cake that was made, I think, for his niece's 16th or 12th birthday. Somewhere in between there, and it looked crazy. It had edible coral, edible fish, and a huge water tank almost looking structure that also had a bunch of edible things within it as well. Well, it looks like actually the water structure is actual real fish in there. That is crazy cool.
Next up, sitting at number 6 has to be their NASA cake, which included a rocket sitting on the landing. I don't even know what to call that.
On the launch pad?
On the launch pad, yeah.
That's really cool stuff. There's also National Train Day cake, which he made a giant city with a train going through the entirety of it.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Sitting at number 4 has to be their casino cake. So it's an actual slot machine.
That's cool. It's got a slot machine. It's got a bunch of different games.
It's on a roulette table.
Sitting on top of, a giant.
Not a roulette table. Just a poker table.
Yeah, poker table it looks like, but it's got a card section to it. It's got a bunch of different cool stuff.
Absolutely.
The Leaning Tower of piece of cake may be my favorite, as the detail that went into it. They outlined every single brick in it.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Absolutely.
And plus you had to make a cake leaning, which has to be a structural issue as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Sitting at number 2, they have their octopus cake.
Wow.
This one might be my favorite.
That is crazy lifelike. That is really cool stuff. They put a lot of work into that. And their number 1 one is not one that I call, but it's their Chinese dragon cake, which looks like it has a lot of details to it, and it looks like it's all gold and super well designed and everything like that, but just doesn't come to the mass structure of what some of these other cakes did that just wowed me.
Absolutely. But you guys have just about 30 seconds to get enrolled, and so make sure you guys do so. We got some great prizes on the line with that minor prize, clicking up to 54 balls or less, with it sitting at just under $50. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled in these next 20 seconds, and let's get ready to get some cash.
Yes. Now, your perfect cake. You just get it for any event. You get like a Cake Boss level cake. What is the design, and what event are you doing it for?
Okay, I'm going to do our wedding.
Okay.
Because that's the only big life event that I really care about having a good cake for.
Okay.
Okay. I would do probably a 2-tier cake. One bottom tier, the larger one, was going to be red velvet. Top tier is going to be chocolate marble. It's going to have buttercream vanilla icing on it, and it's fuck
this
do I
is
want
way
on
too
it?
cake-like.
I'm trying to think of what I want on it now. I had to get
It's
it,
not
I gotta
about
get
what the
rid of
cake's in it.
details.
We
I
just
care
want
about
what's
the
the
cake
structure
flavor.
you're making.
I don't know.
No, I wouldn't choose the wedding
What would you
for the
do?
cake. I'm doing some random event. I don't know.
So you can do crazy?
So I can just go do whatever I want with it.
Okay, then
Because I did.
maybe
like
I'll
a
do my
wedding,
50th birthday party and I want it to look like me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I want it for your 50th birthday party. I want the Cake Boss cake, and I want you shrunken down in about like half size in a Ant-Man suit.
For my 50th birthday?
That's what I want. That's what I want.
I dig it.
Yeah, that's
We pretty much want the same thing. I just want a realistic me and you want an Ant-Man me.
exactly. I think it would be hilarious, or just ginormous, like huge, like almost the size of it.
Could I get both of us and one of us be Ant-Man and one of us be like Hulk?
You could be Hulk. I could be Ant-Man.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah, I would be.
I would be such a better She-Hulk.
And then I could like be on like your shoulder as like a little mini Ant-Man,
That'd be great.
like kind of like a hippo and
Carlos,
a canary.
are you taking notes?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Cake Boss?
Oh, I don't remember what the Cake Boss's
I thought
name.
his name was Carlos.
I was like, our producer Curtis. Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
I was like,
Curtis.
is Curtis planning to be our 50?
Buddy. His name's Buddy.
Buddy. Yeah, great cakes from Buddy, the Cake Boss.
Yeah.
We do have 59 balls dropped on this one, meaning we're working on a $20.20 Musco prize, and it's going out to Michelob over at Club New Yorker. Good job, Michelob, as we are now getting enrolled into this next one. That minor prize, clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less, as we get enrolled into a game number, what I'm guessing is 14?
That's what I would guess.
14 or 13,
sure.
something around there. As you guys get enrolled, should be some fun stuff, as you guys got $64 available on that minor already at 56 balls or less.
Yeah, game number 14.
Okay, game number 14. So get enrolled, press play. We want to give out another great prize as we talk about this final national day. And it feels like a perfect move on from Cake Decorating Day to this one, as it's National Angel Food Cake Day.
Absolutely.
National Angel Food Cake Day on October 10th celebrates the delicious, light, and fluffy cake that many home cooks serve with fruit or glaze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a plain angel food cake every morning on
Christmas?
Christmas? It might be every morning on Christmas or every night before.
It might be Christmas Eve.
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's switched. I think it's sometimes it goes either way.
It depends where you guys are going to be at.
Yeah.
It depends on what side of the family you're at.
And it just matters on where we're going in the morning and stuff like that. Sometimes it's that night when we get the Christmas PJs before we go to bed, or it was.
Isn't it for Jesus' birthday cake?
Yeah, that's what it is, to celebrate Jesus' birthday. It's his birthday cake. But it's one of my favorite traditions that I've had throughout growing up, and it's one of the best things when it was in the morning to be able to come down and eat some of that cake. It was so tasty. I maybe think of it in the morning because we have it the night before, and then I come down the next morning for Christmas and I just have another piece of cake for breakfast.
You might.
Because I definitely would do that as a child.
It's one of my grandpa's favorite desserts, and so we would
It's
always
so
used to
tasty
get it.
and
And
simple.
we used to make homemade strawberry glaze to put on it.
It's not too sweet.
So good with a Cool Whip.
Yeah, it's a nice plain angel food cake. It's not too dry either of a cake. Like I feel like it's just a really nice, sweet, the cake that pairs well with maybe like a hot chocolate or something during that winter time. I think it's just awesome.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, happy National Angel Food Cake Day. They usually make those in those bundt pans, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
They make little mini ones.
That's what I was sure. We do have just 10 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 14. Hopefully you're getting enrolled for this game, as we have over $40,000 of total prizes, closing in on $41,000 of total prizes.
There's different ways to make it as well. You can have an Orange Dream Angel Food Cake. It kind of looks like more of a pound cake.
Okay.
There's a blueberry cream angel food cake dessert. There's many, many different ways to have it. I always just think of it as the stereotypical, like, plain angel food cake with the strawberries.
I for sure do as
Cool
well.
but you can have it as a funfetti birthday cake one.
Okay.
It looks like there's a strawberry version.
Ah.
There's even a matcha angel food cake.
Yeah, and historians think that the first angel food cakes were probably baked by African American slaves from the South because making this cake required a really strong person who had done a lot of labor throughout their lives. And angel food cakes are also a traditional African American favorite for post-funeral feasting.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Definitely
That's
an
cool that
interesting
it was
one.
one of their traditions to have during a funeral.
Yeah, I mean, a definitely roundabout, crazy explanation of why it came from them, but definitely a cool thing.
Yeah, very cool.
Let's see.
Really interesting.
Yeah, angel cake was one of the favorite desserts of Lucy Webb Hayes, wife of Rutherford B. Hayes, the 19th president of the United States. Rutherford. Yeah, that's what I meant. Rutherford.
Rutherford behave.
The original Boston Cooking School cookbook by Mrs. D.A. Lincoln, published in 1884, had a recipe for angel cake mentioning the name for the first time. In Fannie Merritt's Farmer's 1896 updated version of the Boston Cooking Book School cookbook, she used the same recipe and called it angel food cake.
Yeah, the name comes from the texture, which is so light that angels could eat it and still fly without being weighed down. And it's different from other cakes because it doesn't use any butter, fat, or leavenings.
That's crazy. We do have Brother Nate over at the Chart House taking home $19.90 in this game number 14. We're now getting rolled into game number 15 with that minor prize clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Should be some really great stuff as you guys get enrolled into this next game.
Absolutely. And the difference between an angel food cake and a pound cake is that angel food cakes are made with only egg whites, while pound cake uses the whole egg, including the yolk.
I didn't realize that. I've probably had a lot of pound cakes.
That makes sense why they're denser.
That people have probably called me, said that they were angel food cakes.
Very cool.
That's really cool stuff. Well, we do have a little bit of Twins news that we'll get into. Moving on from National Angel Food Cake Day. Well, enjoy a little bit of angel food cake on today. But some Twins news. We finished off the season 77 and 84, but we still have a few announcements to make throughout this beginning portion of the off season. And Twins Daily panelists had 3 excellent choices in front of them when trying to select the best rookie on this year's Twins team. Joe Ryan delivered one of the best rookie campaigns by a starting pitcher in team history, posting a 13-8 record and a 3.55 ERA in 27 starts. He led the team in innings as well. Jose Miranda shook off a slow start after debuting in May with a torrid summer on the way to a 116 OPS plus, 15 home runs, and a team-leading 66 RBIs. But Johan Duran's importance to this team's bullpen is unparalleled. He was not only their most reliable reliever, but oftentimes their only reliable reliever. He did marvelous, magical things on the mound for the Minnesota Twins fans and Major League fans that have never been seen before. Duran was barely the choice for the Twins Daily Rookie of the Year, beating out Miranda by an extremely slim margin, but he was absolutely the right choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, really cool stuff. I think you could really explain any of these guys and make a sound, very solid point on why they should be this year's Rookie of the Year. It's just happy that we have 3 guys that can actually compete for this. I mean, they're so good. Duran probably had the biggest impact on our team. Jose Miranda probably got his name announced more than anybody else. And Joe Ryan just was a starter and was a great starter for us. That was a definition of consistency.
Absolutely. Well, now that they are officially in our off-season, you can still show support with them, and that's by playing our E-Tab game that we've teamed up with them for, called Twins Win. You can pick a lucky batter in the Home Run Derby bonus round to take home some Grand Slam prizes.
Definitely some awesome stuff there. But we are having balls drop in this game right here, and we'll see if we can give out that minor prize in 58 balls or less. Over $100 available, and 58 balls or less is definitely doable.
Absolutely, but we got somebody playing under the name Birthday B out there. So if it's your birthday out there, here's a little bit of extra luck getting shot out to you guys. Nicely done, and hopefully you guys can take home a win. But each and every day when you guys are taking home wins during our 12 to 1 span, whether you're playing our Twins bingo a half of the year or our Vikings bingo, which runs this half of the year, you guys take home points each and every day towards the Twiking zone. And that's what we can get when we combine the Vikings and the Twins.
Whoop. And on to the player standings. In 10th place, we got T-Bone over at Poppers with 99,000 points. With 100,000 points, just recently getting into that club. In 9th place, we got Kirby over at VFW Blaine. 8th place is Red over at American Legion Fridley with 103,000 points. A close race between him and Kirby. 7th place is Tez over at Poppers with 120,000 points. Got a few wins today. I think ended up with 3 wins on the day.
Wow.
And is only 2,000 points behind 6th place Caribou over at Cooper's Restaurant with 122,000 points. I can't wait to see if Tez was able to pass up Caribou. But in 5th place with 191,000 points, we got loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park. 4th place is Sin Bob over at Corky's Bar Southaven with 195,000 points, getting a couple wins today to try and get into that 200,000 point club. But here's where things get interesting. We have 2 players in 2nd place. They're tied up. Moving from 3rd into 2nd just yesterday, we got Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's. But tying it up with, Mikey Wins moved into that tie with already 2nd place Nan at Corky's Bar Southaven, both 207,000 points. But we saw how the games happened already today. It looked like Mikey Wins was able to get sole possession of 2nd place. We'll see what happened.
Absolutely, but we got Baby Cat over at VFW Mankato taking home that must-go prize, $28.40 going out to you. That minor prize, though, is clicking up from 58 balls or less to 60 balls or less. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled in a game number 16. These just finish off game number 15.
Should be some really, really fun stuff. But talking about those standings, it looks like Mikey Wins was able to take sole possession of 2nd place. And Nan did get a few wins, so definitely not out of the race for 2nd place. But I think how we're going to see it is number 1 player, Scrub Eye at American Legion Fridley, 213,000 points. I didn't announce them yet, but Scrub Eye's been killing it. 2nd place, Nan at Corky's Bar 2nd place, Mikey Wins at Steve-O's, and in 3rd place, Nan at Corky's Bar Southaven. That's probably the order we're going to see, but we may see Mikey Wins closer to Scrub Eye than we were seeing on today.
Absolutely. So make sure you guys are checking out Cup of Joe with Jordy tomorrow morning, where we talk about all the shakeups that happened today. Well, on the location side of things, in 10th place, we start off with Steve-O's and Crystal, who has 104,000 points. Only 1,000 points separating them, but in 9th, it's Halfley's Bar in Richmond, as they sit with 105,000. Then with 120,000 points in 8th place, we have Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. 7th place is Vinegar Sports Hub in La Crescent, as they sit with 123,000. Then with over 100,000 points separating them in 6th place, it's Our Place on 3rd and Faribault with 236,000 points. Then with 239,000 in 5th place, it's VFW Blaine. Then in 4th, we have Poppers in Virginia, who sits with 324,000 points. With 390,000, though, in 3rd place, we have Corky's Bar Southaven. 2nd place is American Legion Fridley, as they sit with 459,000. And in 1st place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park sitting with a whopping 547,000 points.
Yeah, really good standings for both the locations and players in this Twiking zone. It's super fun stuff. So make sure you guys are coming out during our lunchtime bingo from 12 to 1 every single day to take home points to see if you can get into those top 10s, or as well as boost up your location standings as well. Should be some really fun stuff. And I mean, who doesn't want to dethrone VFW Spring Lake Park? I say it like it's an easy task, though. It is not at all. VFW Spring Lake Park, season 11 champions, now leading the pack in season 12.
Absolutely, some exciting stuff. But if you guys couldn't tell, right now we're listening to Vegas. It can make your Vegas dreams come true right in your home in Minnesota, taking home some great cash, and it's an awesome e-tab to check out. But if it doesn't sound up to your speed, we have over 70 different charitable e-tab games for you guys to choose to play at any time. The latest one we've released is called Bounty Hunter. We talked about it earlier today, but you guys will definitely want to check it out. But all of our different games all have an 85% payout and huge prizes up to $1,500. They even have small bets between 50 cents and $5, awesome bonus rounds, as well as free play rounds that you guys can win as well.
Definitely some awesome stuff in those e-tabs. What's your favorite theme of the e-tabs?
I'd have to say, I like Diver Down's theme.
Diver Down does have a good theme.
Has a really
I've always
good
wanted to do
theme.
some deep sea diving.
Yeah.
It also scares me a little bit.
I don't want to do deep sea diving, but I would definitely go scuba diving and see coral reefs.
I want to go like deep sea diving. I want to be
I'm okay.
I want to be dropped into somewhere where there's going to be some creatures down
I
there.
love the ocean, but the ocean is one of the scariest things
Oh, it for sure
in the
is.
world to
It's
me.
definitely. I think that there's like another civilization living down
I almost completely
in the
agree.
Mariana Trench somewhere.
Oh,
Like I think there's something
even
down
the
there.
Alaskan Triangle. Like I don't.
Yeah,
There's some funky stuff happening in our oceans.
in the oceans.
Yeah.
The Alaskan Triangle's on land.
Is it?
Yeah, that's on land.
I thought it was water.
I think it's on land. I think then you got the Bermuda Triangle, which is obviously water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There's land within the Bermuda Triangle, but
it might. I think the Alaskan one there's weird things happening is on land, which makes it even weirder.
interesting.
Yeah. Or it's in Canada where there's like a piece of Canada where it's like we have no idea what happens to these people that go there.
Interesting. I mean, that happens everywhere. Even in the Everglades in Florida, there's been planes that fly over and don't come out.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of weird
There's
things
so
that
many
happen like
strange
that.
areas in our world.
Yeah, they just go to a different dimension.
What's your favorite though?
Favorite
E-tab
of the
theme.
e-tab themes?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I completely forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah, I said Diver Down.
Before I get into it, we did click past all of our jackpots to a $31.30 must-go prize. We'll see who can get the win, as it should be going out in the next few balls.
And there it is. Brother Nate over at the Chart House is taking home $31.30 in this game number 16. That minor prize is clicking up from 60 balls to 62 balls or less. So make sure you grab your friends and get enrolled, and that minor prize is looking to go out.
Yeah, I'm going to go with one that I have probably never said on air before. That's Winter Wolves. I'm going to go with some Winter
that's a good
Wolves
one.
action. I haven't said it ever on air as my highlight jackpot, as my highlight e-tab, and it's a great e-tab, so go check it out. It's got a fun design as it's got those all-white wolves on them.
Absolutely. It reminds me of Game of Thrones, but I also got to say the theme that I really enjoy is Make It Rain.
Make It Rain is hilarious.
With our founding fathers, I think it's super funny.
I think it's hilarious. You see Benjamin Franklin.
Gets slapped in the face with his own $100 bill.
It is, yeah. I mean,
what more could you
comedy
want?
gold right there. Comedy
Absolutely.
gold.
Makes me giggle each and every time. Same with those penguin noises in Penguin Palooza.
They don't sound anything like penguins.
You guys need to check that
They
out.
sound not a single bit like penguins. We do got 1 minute and 40 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 17. Hopefully you guys can take home this minor prize, which is closing in on $200, $196 available there. 62 balls or less should be a pretty easy win. That major prize is at $3,874. You take home in 51 balls or less, and that mega prize is at $37,142. You can take home in 48 balls or less. But as we move past our e-tabs, we get into a little bit of music history. And on today in music history, in 2002, Jay-Z releases 03 Bonnie and Clyde, featuring Beyonce in her first solo appearance since the breakup of Destiny's Child. It's also the first hint that the couple are dating, as Jake declares them the new Bobby and Whitney on the track.
Yeah, it was a big moment in their music careers.
Yeah, I think it's huge
It
as
was the turning point.
as Beyonce became such a big star in her own right outside of Destiny's Child and outside of Jay-Z. But Jay-Z kind of gave that first big boost to her solo career, having a performance on this in 03 Bonnie and Clyde.
Absolutely. It's definitely a great one.
Yeah, and then they've created an absolute dynamic power couple in the music industry, as Jay-Z has so many different companies.
Did
Beyonce.
they stay together?
Are they still together?
I'm not really sure. I know Jay-Z cheated on her in a couple years ago.
Oh, I think so. I think so.
I'm pretty sure they're still together. But yeah, I mean, obviously, couples have ups and downs, and he made a big mistake. But
yeah, it looks like they're still married.
They're still married.
Yeah, since 2008 they've been married, and yeah, they're just iconic couple in the music industry as they've been together for since 2008. And this was their first appearance. That Beyonce then went on to go and play in Super Bowl halftimes, a bunch of different other things as just her solo career. Yeah, someone was just saying that they consider Beyonce overrated musically and underrated acting wise.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I love Beyonce. She's one of the most talented women I've ever listened to sing.
Amazing voice.
But I do think people go a little crazy over her. The Beehive is a little crazy.
Yeah, I wish that I could hear more like acoustic tracks with her voice.
Just like her voice stripped down.
Yeah, because I think she almost has that
it's like angelic.
She almost has that Adele effect.
It does. It gives you chills. It's the type of music that makes me cry.
Where you could almost listen to it with nothing behind it. It's just the vocals, and you're like, that's a great song right there. Adele has that effect, and I feel like I've never heard a Beyonce song like that.
Oh,
but
I've heard her just a cappella sing with a group of women, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, she's just got such a talented voice.
It is. But so that happened on this day in 2002, but just 5 years later, today in 2007, Radiohead takes an initiative approach with the release. Innovative approach with their release to their 7th studio album, In Rainbows, by offering it as a pay-what-you-want download. Most people pay nothing for the download, but the album still fares well. Better, in fact, than the previous Hail to the Thief album, though pre-sales for disc box editions. Through pre-sales for the disc box editions.
That's really, really cool stuff. I thought it was super interesting. Pay what you want downloads. I like Will said the artists should start doing that, doing this. Pay what it's worth, and then you download it, and then you're supposed to come back and give whatever money that you feel like it was
worth more.
It was worth it. If it was a fantastic album, you'd give more than what you'd normally pay for an album. If it was a terrible one, you just go away. Yeah, we just threw some luck out to this player.
Yeah, just 2 balls off, though, so make sure you get enrolled in this next round. But taking home $42.30, we got Birthday B over at JJ's Bowl and Lounge in North Branch. Nicely done to our winner in this game number 17. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 18 where that minor prize is clicking up from 62 to 64 balls or less.
Definitely some awesome stuff. I mean, if it gets past 64 balls or less, I will be wowed. $250 available on that one. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to be a part of this great bingo action. But definitely some interesting music days in history. And I think that would be fun to see more of a pay what you want downloads kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But I don't know if it would work as well now since everyone's got their own little music streaming platform.
So there's different websites that actually have that, like for custom content and games and stuff, and people who are content creators, they can have like on the website called Patreon, they can have levels, and if you want to pay nothing, you just get access to the public things. And if you want to pay $2, you get to the first level, and so on and so forth.
That's
and you
cool.
get more and more access like unlocked as you pay more.
That's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely some awesome things. But we do have some awesome things coming up the next 2 nights. Not tonight, but Tuesday and Wednesday night. We got some PGL game action. And on those nights, if you want to earn some PGL points or just get some insider information, which has a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information in it, you got to sign up at pgl.world and become a member of our league. Not only do you get all that great stuff I just talked about, but we also love to highlight those new players, send out a little bit of luck, and watch out for them on the broadcast.
Absolutely. And the players who just signed up, we got Stu71, Blue Frog 12, Pink Fly 123, Fred Trisha, BJ Palumbo, Andrew Scar, Sparky File, Gina 1440, BS Sanger 34, and Midnight.
Yeah, good job to all those players getting signed up. Hopefully we can see you guys work in into those PGL standings, as we have those e-tip boards happening all the time, and you guys can actually choose your 5 squares for our Vikings taking on the Miami Dolphins on this upcoming Sunday. You just got to fill it out before 12 o'clock. Then they will be randomly scattered around the points that you picked, and it will randomly award you a certain point totals that you're guessing for those ones. It's completely random, and then those points are awarded for the first, second, third, and fourth quarter. You'll earn some PGL points for Season 12. All you got to do is head over to that Player Connect app, launch it, select Sports Link, and click out those 5 squares. It's that easy.
Absolutely. But we've had players competing all Season 12 long so far to earn those PGL points on our specialty nights. And so starting it off on the player side in 10th place, we sit with Keebs over at Clearwater Corners. They have 618,000 points. Then with 692,000 in 9th place, we have Sarah Honey playing at VFW Austin. 7th place, though, as they just got pushed back from 7th recently. Now into 8th, it's Nixon over at VFW Roseville as they sit with 702,000 points. That was 710,000 in 7th place, getting pushed back from 6th recently. It was Keith playing at Billy's Rockford. Jumping all the way out from 8th into 6th, though, pushing both of those players back, it was Chapster playing at Moe's with 728,000. With only 300 points separating them with 728,860 points. In 5th place, though, we have Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill. 4th place is Bergar at Rusty Nail Thief River Falls, who sits with 764,000. Then with 779,000 in 3rd place, we have Sloppy playing at Malone's Bar and Grill. 2nd place is Devoided at the Roadside as they sit with 790,000. And in 1st place, we have Forget You D playing at VFW Austin with 1,164,000.
Definitely some great stuff from those PGL player standings. And I might not hop into the location standings, as I believe that this minor jackpot is going to go out in this game pretty quickly before that 64 ball count, as players are already 6 balls away. So should be going out pretty quickly into these 50 ball number. We'll see what happens. We got Drew Ren, Gwendy, Draken.
Happy 13.
Oh, we'll see who can get this great win, as if you take it home, you'll be taking home a minor jackpot of $275.35, and we'll see who can get the win. We only got 6 more balls to give this one out. Now only 4 left. We'll see if this can work out for us. And there it is.
Yeah, we got Neil Lidd over at the Wild Bill Sports Saloon in Blaine, taking home that $275.30 minor prize. Nicely done, taking home that jackpot. That $58.80 Musco prize is getting tacked onto the Musco in this next round. So let's keep it growing. Get enrolled in game number 19. We're going to let you guys loose and be back for game number 20.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls. Hey guys, and we are here for some more game day bingo action. We just missed out on game number 19, but we're back for game number 20 to play these next 4 games of game day bingo with you guys and try and give out some great prizes. As that minor prize is at $90, you take home in 54 balls or less. That major prize just clicked over $4,000. You can take home in 51 balls or less. And if we miss out on that, it should be clicking up from 51 to 52 balls or less. That mega prize at $37,275 you can take home in 48 balls or less. Should be some really fun stuff. But as we left off, you talked about the PGL player side of the standings. Any player you'd like to watch out for?
I'd want to see how high Forget UD can get that point total.
Okay, but on to the location side of these standings. He's the only player in the 1 million point club and is in first place. But on to the location side, in 10th place, moving from unranked on Wednesday to this spot, we got Cabin Bar Nicolette with 1,931,125 points. With 2,076,000 points in 9th place, we got Corner Bar and Grill Winstead. 8th place is VFW Austin with 2,102,000 points. With 2,140,000 points in 7th place, we got LJ's in Miltona. 6th place is the Friendly Buffalo in Big Lake with 2,161,000 points. With 2,209,000 points in 5th place, we got Corner Pocket in Rice. 4th place is the Mabel Liquor Store with 2,467,000 points. With 2,652,000 points in 3rd place, we got VFW Northfield. 2nd place is Poppers in Virginia with 2,746,000 points. And in 1st place with 3,360,000 points, it's Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud, dominating these PGL games so far this season.
Absolutely, but that's some really exciting stuff, so make sure you guys are coming out Tuesdays and Wednesdays for our specialty night and your chance to earn those PGL points. But we do have some wild news to get into with you guys as we are moving on to that 39.90 must-go prize for you guys. But we actually did have a winner in that last round in game number 19 as Towley over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards took home $90.60 on that double must-go.
Awesome stuff. Towley, a player that we were able to meet while we were in Minnesota just a few weeks ago. We do have B. Mullies over at Mulligan's Pub, taking home $39.90 on this one in game number 20. Good job, B. Mullies, as we're getting rolled into a game number 21. And that minor prize is clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less, and probably will get over $100 while we're getting enrolled into this one.
Absolutely, but we do have some wild news to talk about with you guys. And Saturday night's game brought the Minnesota Wild to a 6-1 record over the preseason with a resounding 5-1 win over the Dallas Stars, which, yes, we know the preseason only matters so much, but it certainly contained the sort of pent-up chaotic energy that only the last preseason game before the start of the regular season could contain. These boys are ready to play some real hockey, and that is exciting to watch.
Yeah, furthermore, we got to see assists and goals from all the players we wanted to see succeed. Watching Matt Zuccarello and Kirill Kaprizov play cat and mouse with the unsuspecting, innocent hockey players is what we are all here for. And this little game absolutely delivered. We got fight. We got Kirill Kaprizov power play goals, and we certainly aren't complaining about that great action.
Absolutely, but we have our first official game of the season happening this Thursday at 7 p.m. They're going up against those Rangers, and we're going to need you to show your support for them before that game starts.
Yeah, it's super fun, and you guys can show a little bit of support by playing the E-Tab game we teamed up with the Minnesota Wild for, and it's called Let's Go Wild. Play it at any of your favorite Minnesota bars right now, and even check out the Slapshot bonus round to see if you can take home a great prize. It's super fun stuff and a great way to get yourself warmed up for the Wild season getting kicked off just on this Thursday.
Absolutely.
Should I call it kickoff or face-off?
Face
off this Thursday. Should be some really, really fun stuff. I'm excited to see what's going to be happening as this team just is so young, so electric, and a lot of question marks, but a lot of positive question marks where you're like, I think these guys.
It's more like anticipation.
Yes, that's what it definitely is like, as we're waiting to see if these guys, some of those young offensive talents, can replace the scoring that Kevin Fiala produced for us just last season.
Absolutely, but that's some awesome stuff, so make sure you guys check out that E-Tab game. But we do have a fishing report to get into with you guys as you get enrolled in game number 21. This is about the Baudette and War Road, Lake of the Woods, and the Rainy River. This was done by Explorer Minnesota, updated on just the 7th. Fall fishing has been very good on the Lake of the Woods with a mixed bag of walleye, sauger, northern pike, jumbo perch, and the occasional crappie being reported. Anglers are catching good numbers of fish when using gold jigs tipped with flatheads or frozen shiners. Trolled crankbaits are also producing fish up at the northeast angle, with jigging with a minnow and plastic is turning good numbers of those walleyes as well. Areas of structure such as rock islands, sunken islands, points, and neck down areas have been best as well. Those large northern pike continue to be caught by walleye and muskie anglers. Muskie activity has been really good for anglers casting at the shoreline.
Definitely some awesome stuff over there, and hopefully you guys are getting some of that great fall fishing in before it ices over for this winter season. But we do have balls dropping in this one, and that minor prize is at 56 balls or less. Definitely able to be won in this game number 21. But that major prize is what I'm looking at a little bit more now, as it clicked up from 51 to 52 balls or less. $4,000 available, and at 52 balls or less, it's super doable.
Absolutely. That's larger than our Vikings bingo jackpot right now with the same odds. You guys can definitely take it home tonight, and we got a bunch of you guys 13 balls away.
Oh, yeah. But if you guys take it home, we'd love to see a player picture. Well, if you take any jackpot home, we'd love to see a smiling face next to that jackpot message. But we also like to see player pictures of you just having a good time, maybe playing an E-Tab game, maybe with your friends, your favorite bartender, or just you by yourself having a good time playing Pilot games. Snap a photo of it. We like to, you could share those pictures by directly messaging them to us on Facebook or by posting them onto any of your social media with the hashtag Pilot Games. You can also email them to us at jackpots@pilotgames.com. It's a really great way for us to find those player pictures. All those ways, we love to find them, and we love to put them on our broadcaster, whether it's the enrolling screen or we show them on the big screen while we're getting enrolled as well.
Absolutely. Do you know who the player picture is right now?
It's right now Fred Trisha
still?
taking that giant jackpot home of $49,000 just last week.
Absolutely. We got to showcase that one to you guys, so hopefully you guys know which one you're talking about. But if not, you can also go to any of our social medias as well. We love highlighting your player pictures there as well.
Definitely.
But we do have a winner in this game number 21.
We got Desi over at Bleachers in Maplewood, taking home $41.30. Missing out on that minor prize by 3 balls. Good job, Desi, taking home a good Musco prize, as that minor prize is just going to keep on growing as we get enrolled into game number 22, and it will be able to be won in 58 balls or less.
Absolutely. But we do have some Vikings news to get into with you guys, and it's looking like Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings have established a remarkable rhythm early. The resilience surfaced again late. The reward is being alone in first place in the NFC North. Cousins scored on a 1-yard quarterback sneak with 2 minutes and 26 seconds remaining on Minnesota's 5th third down conversion of its go-ahead drive, and the Vikings snapped out of another mid-game slump just in time to beat the Chicago Bears 29-22 on Sunday.
Yeah, I was super scared. I left for halftime as we were up, I think, 22 to 10. At halftime, and so I was like, okay, hopefully, I mean, that looks like a for sure win for us. I was like talking on air like it was a for sure thing, and then I checked back in on the 4th quarter to watch the rest of the game because I had been running around doing a few other things, and it was I forgot what it was, but no, the Bears had just scored a touchdown to tie it up
at 22
to 20, 22 to 22, and I was just, I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Then I watched that final drive where Cousins was able to get that 1-yard touchdown. Was great to see. But Kirk Cousins had a little bit to say at the podium after the game. I'm not where I was at the end of last season in that old system, Cousins said, but we are developing it, and we are getting there, and I'm excited about the continued growth. That's a really good statement to hear from Cousins, as he was so efficient in that old system, and we've seen a little bit of that efficiency drop as he's thrown more interceptions this season as he has in the last, I think, 3 seasons combined.
Yeah.
And so I really think he's just getting used to the system, and the fact that we're 4-1 is huge, that they're still getting used to this. I mean, already looking to be high-powered offense.
Absolutely, and it's looking like Cameron Dantzler sealed that victory for the Vikings by ripping the ball away from former teammate Amir Smith-Marset near that 1-minute mark after a pass from Justin Fields to the Minnesota 39.
Yeah, was a great play by Cameron Dantzler. The definition of not giving up on the play, as Amir Smith-Marset, we know the name super well, but he catches the ball, gets it, he stiff arms Cameron Dantzler to the ground, like he's on the ground. Cameron Dantzler pops right back up. you find Amir Smith-Marcetta juking near the sideline.
Yeah.
He tries to get out of bounds a little too late and gives Cameron Danzler the perfect opportunity to run from behind and rip that ball out for a huge game sealer. And Cameron Danzler had already had a pretty big game. He had 8 tackles from the cornerback position, which is a lot of tackles, and then sealed the game with a strip. Was a huge one and was awesome to see.
Absolutely. That's a great one. Cousins went on to say, it's a start. That's all it is, though. And he went 32 for 41 and 296 yards.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good if he's still learning the system to go 32 of 41 and 296 yards. Now, he did set the franchise record for most completions in a row by completing 17 completions to start off the game.
Right on.
I mean, that's what really got that hot start going right, as Justin Jefferson and him were just on fire. Adam Thielen was getting some good receptions in there. And then our receiving game just went cold for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can figure out those issues and get a little bit better heading into this next game.
Absolutely. But you guys talking about it a little bit earlier, and they're going up against those Dolphins this Sunday at noon for you guys. So you can head over to those Player Connect decks, click that e-tip, or click the sports link right above your player icon, and choose those 5 squares for those e-tip boards.
Yeah, we love those things to earn some PGL points. But I'm excited to see this Vikings-Dolphins game. I think we should have a good opportunity, as not only is the Dolphins quarterback Tua out, but also their backup
I didn't realize Tua was on the Dolphins.
Yeah, Tua's on the Dolphins, and so he's out for this game. But also Teddy Bridgewater got knocked out last game by the New York Jets, and so they are on their 3rd-string quarterback. And if we can't take advantage of them playing with their 3rd-string quarterback,
that's on us.
We have some issues. And so hopefully we can take advantage of that, make them make some mistakes, and get another win on our roster and get to that 5-1 mark, because I love being on top of the NFC North. It's a great feeling to be number 1.
Absolutely. But we got our winner as Keitra as well as Becky are both splitting up that must-go prize, $45.30 getting split between you guys in this game number 22. We're about to be enrolled in our final game of Game Day Bingo, game number 23, where that minor prize is clicking up to 60 balls or less. Let's see if we can get it out on the final round for you guys. That seems to be the pattern lately.
It does feel like to be the pattern, giving it out on the very last game of Game Day Bingo. 60 balls or less, very, very doable. Get enrolled and press play. But talking about our Vikings, we have a great E-Type game that we teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings for, and it's called Vikings Victory. Pick a letter in the skull bonus and see if you can win some great prizes. It's also got one of my favorite game designs on it, as it's got US Bank Stadium. Even the big silver boat that sits there in front of USA Bank Stadium is a part of the game. It's so really awesome stuff.
Absolutely. But we do have some awesome celebrity birthdays to get into with you guys, and that was our first one in 1900 exactly. Her name was Helen Hayes. Her real name was Helen Hayes Brown, and she is the American actress. She was known for Caesar and Cleopatra, as well as Happy Birthday.
Yeah, she was the
she was the first female EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award winners.
That is crazy, winning all 4 of those great awards. A huge accomplishment, and was the first female to ever do so. Happy birthday, Helen Hayes. I mean, huge stuff. Next up, born in 1946, we got Charles Dance, a British actor. He was a part of Alien 3, Game of Thrones, and Jewel in the Crown.
Interesting.
I am not familiar with him.
Oh, he's in a whole bunch of stuff. He's in Me Before You. Who is he in?
He's in the new Sandman series.
Yeah, who is... Oh, I know who this is.
Oh, does he play...
This is a Lannister. Yes, he plays... I think he plays Cersei and... What's his name's dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really, really cool stuff. Looks like also in the a Sandman new movie, as well as Dracula Untold, which we actually will talk about later on in the broadcast, as it was released on today.
I've started watching it. I just haven't finished it yet.
I watched the entire thing with your brother, actually.
Is it good?
It's pretty entertaining.
I really like the actor who plays him.
I think he does a great job acting in it, and mixed with really fun action scenes, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the plot necessarily is something I really just like gripped a hold of.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'm trying to figure out Yeah, he plays Tywin Lannister.
Okay, definitely some cool
Yeah.
stuff there. Happy birthday, Charles Dance. We now just have 3 seconds before we're in this final game of Game Day Bingo. $261.11 available on that minor. Hopefully, we can give it out in this game. We also got that major prize of $4,145 you can take home in 52 balls or less, and that mega prize of $37,412 you can take home in 48 balls or less. But we need to continue on with our celebrity birthdays.
That's right. In 1946, we got Chris Tarrant. He's the English TV presenter from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Also, former DJ, which is hilarious. Which is hilarious to me. That's the guy who hosts Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was also a former DJ.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like a DJ at all either.
No, I think it says radio DJ, so I think he might have worked for a radio station.
He might have
was
been
like
hosting
a disc jockey.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I prefer it more as like a party DJ. I think that would be hilarious. Well, happy birthday, Chris Tarrant. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? One of those iconic like fun
TV
shows.
Yeah.
Next up, born in 1954, we got David Lee Roth, an American rock singer. He worked with Van Halen for Jump. He also had a solo career with I Ain't Got Nobody.
All right.
Really, really cool stuff. He's a, big time rocker.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah. It was Will's actually highlight celebrity birthday, as we had to very quickly go through these ones.
His net worth is $60 million.
Ah.
Next up, in 1956, we have Fiona Fullerton, the British actress known for Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and A View to a Kill.
Ah, interesting. I'm not familiar with Allison's Adventures in Wonderland, as that's a 1972
That's the original Alice in Wonderland, yeah.
release. That's really cool, as
Alice's Adventures in
plays
Wonderland
Alice.
is actually the story that the Mad Hatter Day sprung from.
Really?
Is the illustrations of the Mad Hatter within Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
That's really, really cool. Definitely some awesome celebrity birthday. She's a big-time actress, especially during her younger days in the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, definitely. Well, happy birthday, Fiona Fullerton.
Yeah, next up, born in 1961, we got Jodie Benson, an American voice actress, and she played Ariel in The Little Mermaid.
Very cool.
Yeah, we do have our winner in this final game, not taking home the jackpot, but splitting up $50.50. We got Birthday B over at JJ's Bowl and Towley over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, as well as Rufus at Belchester Tavern, and Tom over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. Good job to all of our winners in this game. We are now going to get enrolled into our final game of hosted bingo, a little bit of Lucky 4 bingo action before you get into some Skull bingo.
Absolutely. Next up, in 1967, we got Michael Giacchino. He is an American Emmy, Grammy, and Oscar award-winning composer for television, film, and video games. He did Lost, Up, and Jojo Rabbit.
Interesting. That's definitely a cool one, as I've at least seen Lost and Up. I don't know if I don't remember Jojo Rabbit.
It's a good one.
Oh, okay. He also did worked on The Incredibles, Thor: Love and Thunder, Ratatouille, Spider-Man: No Way Home, some of the Star Wars series.
Very cool.
Wow, a very, very accomplished composer. That's really cool stuff. Happy birthday, Michael. How do you say his last name?
I said Giacchino.
Yeah. Next up, born in 1969, we got a NFC North favorite, Brett Favre, American NFL quarterback, Green Bay Packers, won the Super Bowl in '31, and then later on in his career played for our Minnesota Vikings and had a really nice stint for his career. Really fun quarterback, known for his gunslinging, and won a few Super Bowls that way.
Very cool.
Just a really, really entertaining quarterback that's not just good at dodging tackles.
Yeah, well, happy birthday to everybody on our celebrity birthday list. And if it's your birthday out there as well, happy birthday out to you as well. But you guys have just under a minute to get enrolled in this game of Lucky 4 Bingo before we let you guys loose to play some Skull Bingo in the remainder of your night.
Yeah. Also, yeah, that's where my joke comes from of not just good at dodging tackles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brett Favre, funny guy. We do have some Timberwolves news to get into as they are looking really, really good. They were able to get a victory against the Los Angeles Clippers, 119-117, with Karl Anthony Towns making his season debut without Rudy Gobert. But we did get to see D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Jalen McDaniels, Naz Reid, and Towns all start in the same lineup, giving us a little bit reminiscent of last season. Towns sidelined at the start of training camp by illness, played 26 minutes, scoring 19 points and 6 rebounds and 6 assists. He shot 5 from 11 of the 4, including 3 for 6 from three-point range. Reed had 20 points, including 10 in the fourth quarter, and went 9 of 13 shooting and added in 11 rebounds, getting him a nice 20-point double-double. And Edwards had 14 points in nearly 30 minutes of action.
Absolutely, but we are moving on to that mini prize where we got players in line to take it home. It's going to need to be perfect from here on out. It's not looking like it. We're going to be moving on to a must-go prize of $6. We got Big Dog Towley, Eric, Amy, and Mike M. all 2 balls away. We'll have to see who's going to be taking it home, but we got some movies that were released on this day, and the first one in 1997 was Boogie Nights.
Yeah, star-studded cast. We'll have to look it up. I'll have to show you. Oh, Mike M. is now 1 ball away. 2003, Kill Bill was released. 2008, The Duchess. And in 2014, I already hinted at it, Dracula Untold was released.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely a fun little list of movies released on today.
Absolutely. But now it's come time where we talk about the stuff that happened.
No.
Okay, we got a very important player to talk about before we let you guys loose to play some Skull Bingo tonight, and that's Mikey Wins. Over this past weekend, they took home $23,632 while playing at Steve-O's. While playing at Steve-O's, they support the West Metro's Fire Rescue District Firefighters Relief Triple Crown. Their mission statement is that they are committed to protecting the community's quality of life through prevention, preparedness, and all hazard emergency responses.
We do have Brendan over at Wild Bill's Sports Saloon in St. Paul taking home $6 on the must-go. Good job to Brendan in that final game of this happy hour. Enjoy a little bit of Skull Bingo. And remember, when you guys play Pilot games, your community wins.
Have a good one.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
We're having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson!
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I got to say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Come on, let's get stinking rich! Smell you later. Smells like money! Five free plays awarded! That smells wild! doesn't get any better than that.
Smells like a big one.
Five times multiplier. It's raining cash. You gotta play to win.